Good day, YouTubers. Welcome back to my channel. Time for a spot of royalty. So as you all know, Prince Harry has gone on the Armchair Expert with Dax Shepard. Dax Shepard is mostly a TV actor. He does a lot of comedies. We know him from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia with Danny DeVito. Prince Harry spent an hour and 35 minutes on the podcast with Dax Shepard. I've got some new divination stuff. I've got some Scrabble tiles. I want to try those out today. See how those goes. We can divine with anything. Let's just do that first. I've also got the sticks out, and let's just see what these Scrabble tiles want to tell us. For starters, just sort of overall. Oh, a blank. Fun. And I just put like two or three sets in here of Scrabble tiles. Well, we got a high. We want to use that Q. What does it want to tell us? Question. Quest. We have D. We have Diana. Di is questioning. That's a blank. Di is questioning. H. Harry. Let's get some more here. What do we got? Another blank. Wow. Ho. We've got ho, which is that's fine. This makes me think. The ho makes me think of bad things happening in the palace that we're not seeing. Die questioning ho. Okay, so I actually like this reading. Oh, here's an I. Questioning. We've got two blanks. Oh, yeah. So this is basically saying to me that Diana pointed out that there were really odd things going on in the palace, and she literally said her nickname for the royals was the Reptiles, and she literally said they are not human. The royals are not human. Okay, so this Armchair Expert thing with Dax Shepard brings up all the questions about, is what we're seeing on the surface completely different than what is going on behind the scenes? Okay, we saw the naked boy falling from the window at Buckingham Palace. He was completely naked and he fell to his death. There's the 14 Canadian children who went missing with the Queen and Philip and they were never seen again. All that stuff. Also, Harry said living in the royal family is like being a zoo animal or being on the Truman Show, which really says that what we're seeing is reality TV. It's very scripted and has nothing to do with reality. He also said he wanted to quit the royal family in his 20s. And I think there's a lot of signs of that. He was playing naked billiards. He was in the military for 10 years, which gave him a break from the spotlight so much. He put on the Nazi Halloween uniform. That's like a thumb in the eye of the royals. He was with Chelsea Davy, they didn't marry each other because she couldn't stand living under the microscope. Very interesting. And the other thing I want to cover is Meghan said got Harry into therapy. That's what Harry said. Harry said Meghan got him into therapy.
It's like, what? I'm like, what? You're going there?
Don't we remember that Meghan was suicidal in the palace, but she couldn't get help? Her mother, Doria, is a licensed counselor. She got Harry into therapy. Harry knows all the top people in psychiatry. A lot of questions here. So, all right. So this is suggesting to me that there are dirty things. Question what we're seeing. Question. This says to me, Diana brought this up first. Okay, Lady Di. Question what we're seeing. And there's some dirty deeds. This is pointing to some dirty deeds in the palace. That's what this is saying to me. Well, we can leave these out in case we pull some more. So let's first look at, did Harry want to quit the royals in his 20s? I do see a lot of evidence of that. He really did seem to want to quit the royals in his 20s. So let's look at that. Did Harry really want to quit the royals in his 20s? Because everything is just a medium. You know, and you can do with it what you want, perhaps. On the other hand, you know, Jesus said, good fruit doesn't come out of a bad tree. Good fruit comes out of a good tree. If the tree is bad, then you're not going to get good fruit out of it, no matter what. So, was Harry looking to quit the royals in his 20s? Do we have Harry looking to quit the royals in his 20s? Mother Earth, everything grows in Mother Earth. Incubus succubus is completely selfish and poisoned, a poisoned environment. The royal family was a poisoned environment. Ooh, very interesting. 12, 10, 22, 20, plus 6, 28, 7 spades. It's a poisoned environment because of all the secrets in the royal family, which is what that is saying. Di brought it up that we should question what we're seeing. And hoe is, there's, you know, that's a garden implement, but it suggests that there's very dirty things going on. And that's what this is saying. Star of Bethlehem, the future, and can also be broadcasting, home, the family, and did he want to quit, break? He wanted to, the players, the new guy, he wanted to go off on his own and break off and cut from the money, go off on his own. 5, 7, plus 11, 18, 5 diamonds. Harry did want to make his own way in the world, and he did want to get out of it in his 20s. He was looking at that. So let's look at this. Is what we're seeing just not reality? Is what we're seeing just not reality? That the reality of what's going on underneath is completely different than what we see on television. So let's look at underneath, okay, behind closed doors, in front of the camera. Behind closed doors, in front of the camera. Because that's what this is saying. That's the overall reading. And this adds 6, 4, 5, 6, which is 2 diamonds. This adds 10, 11, 12, 13, home, 4 hearts. This adds 3, ace of clubs. Okay, so behind closed doors, before the camera, and overall, oh goodness, look at all that crazy stuff going on. So behind closed doors and in front of the camera. In front of the camera, Sun is a great success card and exposes everything, just very open, for the good of the people. 8, 2 spades. Okay, so in front of the camera, this is saying this is what we're seeing is not quite real, 2 spades. Okay, but on the surface, everything looks wonderful, above board, it's all charity, very, very solid. Behind the scenes, full stop, not a good environment, 21, 30. And it goes all from the top, it's not a good environment. 18, 20, 30, 8 diamonds. It's not a good environment behind the scenes. So this is saying there's some really, they're really hiding some stuff behind the scenes. Okay, and we see what, Andrew and that guy who didn't kill himself, we see what he was up to. That's just really odd. And none of these things, life is not like Camus the Stranger, it just doesn't, things don't just come out of nowhere. People think about things grow in the environment, and these diseases that go and, like right now we've got the pandemic. This didn't come out of nowhere. It developed for years, and then when the time to reveal it comes, it reveals itself. So overall, we have scapegoat and scourge, illness, a lot of illness and problems, 11, 3 clubs. They're doing things that are very contradictory to what we're seeing. 10 spades, king of clubs, and diamond ring. 23, 25, 7 hearts. They are the rulers are committed to destruction. So they're doing some very destructive things. So that is what's so interesting to me about what Harry said. He is suggesting, like Diana did, that there's some very bad things going on behind the scenes. Okay, and there's 2 ways to look at what Harry is saying. And the one reaction is Harry's such a jerk. Okay, he's just down on the Queen. She just lost Philip. Show a little respect. He's speaking out against Charles. He said Charles is just making the same. That's another big bomb that he threw. Charles is just making the same mistakes that in raising him that his parents did. There's just so either everything is fine and Harry and Meghan are the problem, okay, and they just keep throwing stones at the palace, or Harry is suggesting that what you see is not what's going on behind closed doors. And that is what these cards and my new fun divination device is telling me. Question what you're seeing. Question what you're seeing. Is royal life like the Truman Show? Is it all faked? Let's just ask it one more time, because that's what we keep getting. Is it all scripted and faked? And let's just ask a little bit more. And then maybe we'll ask, is it all scripted and faked? Blockage. Oh, wow. 10 clubs. Oh. Is what we're seeing all scripted and faked? The snake underlying over the long-term blockage. These are look how dark this is. It's all dark. Even though this is not a spade, it's dark, dark, dark. 22, 27 cross. The spine of the royal family over a very long time. The snake is a devil card. Okay, blockages, a lot of evil over a long term. So they've been doing some really bad things over a very long time, and that's the crux, that's the spine, the cross of what's going on there. So there's some really bad things going on behind closed doors, and that's where I started with the royal family. That is where I started. And then underneath we have the public appearance, manifesting a very sweet and beautiful public appearance. Dead bodies in the box and Dead bodies are planted. There's a lot of stuff buried underneath. We need to just ask, because this was suggested, okay, yes, no, yes, no. Are the royals do they do blood sacrifice ceremonies? Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for me a sinner now and at the hour of my death. Okay, so I got a clear yes. Let's do that one more time. Are the royals, do they do blood sacrifice ceremonies? Do they do blood magic? Because that is suggested by others. Yeah. So we get yes. So that's interesting. Blood sacrifice. Okay, and the final thing I want to look at is Meghan. Harry said Meghan got Harry into therapy. Oh, goodness. That is crazy. And that's just absurd. It's absurd. It's absurd that Meghan couldn't get help and Harry was ashamed. It's all just absurd. And so what I'm thinking about is Munchausen by proxy. And my mother and father did this to me. They were always pretending that I was sick. They were always pretending that I was mentally ill, and that there was so many things wrong with me. And then they were not feeding me, not clothing me properly, just putting me at every disadvantage. And it gave them a lot of attention. Oh, my son, he's so terrible. Oh, look at what he's doing now. My brother was growing pot plants in the basement and I got blamed for it. Oh, my terrible son, he's growing pot plants in the basement. I didn't do any of this. Okay, I'm wondering if that's what Meghan is doing to Harry. Because this is what I see Kim Kardashian doing to Kanye. I never heard a negative word about Kanye until he married Kim Kardashian. And then all you hear is he's mentally ill, he's unstable, I'm afraid he's violent, he's losing his mind, look at what he's doing. I never heard any of this. And that is just, I actually wonder if that's what Meghan is doing to Harry. Okay, because I think she's brainwashing him. She's brainwashing him into hating his family. But there is more going on here than we see. So is Meghan, is this like Munchausen by proxy? I want to see what the cards want to say. Meghan Munchausen Harry by proxy. Interesting. What I mean by Munchausen by proxy is, she's just always down on him. You can't do it. You're nobody. You're a failure, Harry. You're nobody without me. Nobody loves you. Everybody hates you. You're sick. You need to go to the doctor. Like that. Okay, that's what somebody who's brainwashing you will do. She took him out of England. She took him out of the royal family. She took him to another continent. She separated him from everybody so that she could control him. And then it's a trauma bond. She's always down on him and there's no one else. And I'm the only person who loves you, says Harry's wife, Meghan. So is that what we see going on here? Just always down on him. Cornucopia is the card of money, transforming money and decisions. 16, 21, through the relationship. It's all about getting money and making her way in the world. Interesting. So that's not at all what I'm seeing yet. All the people underlying the world. So 2 all the people cards, reacting to the world and all the people, 4-leaf clover, and very opportunistically using the relationship. We have 2 6s. It'll be interesting to see if this adds another 6. 10, 18, 24, 29. 8 hearts. So 2 8s. Okay, I was wrong. She's not always down on him. She's love bombing him. And it's all about money, 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 and public perception. She is not down, 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 pushing him down, down, down. I do believe she's brainwashing Harry to hate the royals. I do believe this. But she's not negative speaking him to death. She's not doing that. It's about public appearance and it's about the money. And she's just trying to get as much money as she can. And I honestly think she's holding on to Harry as tightly as she can. So let's review a little bit. Did Harry want to quit in his 20s? Yes, absolutely. Poison environment and secrets. And he wanted to go out on his own and cut ties with the family. 4 diamonds, 4 hearts. He did want to do this. Okay, and the most interesting thing is it behind closed doors. So we have behind closed doors and we have in front of the camera. Everything is beautiful and so solid. And history, and, you know, in front of the camera. But this adds 2 spades. They practice dark arts and there's some great illness behind the scenes and it's not a good environment. It's not a good environment. It goes all the way to the top. This badness, 18, 20, 30. This badness, this evil, this badness goes into everything. And the overall reading, die question ho. Okay, Diana, Lady Diana, and Harry's bringing this up. I find that so interesting. Lady Diana was saying, what you see is not what's going on. These people are not even human. They're reptiles. All right, so here is what we're seeing scripted, very different than what the reality is. Again, over the long term, a lot of problems. 27. The spine of what's going on is there's a lot of evil, dead bodies in the box, and just showing only the good parts. Okay, so surprisingly, Meghan is not down, down, down on Harry. She's doing the opposite. It's all about the money and the people, and it's all about love bombing Harry and getting what she wants. Interesting reading. Almost too much to cover today. That's how I see it. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination, Fortune Telling, the Magi Method. Find the book worldwide on Amazon and Kindle and paperback versions. Find the full color card deck used here on Etsy/Magi Method. Many thanks to the generous folks who bought me a cup of tea. Please like, helps the algorithm. Please subscribe. Please share. Please comment.